Here we are in Chapter 1 and 2 Summary Review Exercises, numbers 31 through 38. It says fill out the table, mixed to improper. So here we're going to change this to an improper fraction. Now remember that negative stays off for the while we're doing it because it'll be a negative answer. So 3 5/7 we've got to change into the improper fraction. 7 times 3 is 21 plus 5. So 7 times 3 plus 5. That's the shortcut. So that's 26 sevenths. In slow motion, that's 3 plus 5 sevenths. And 3 is 21 sevenths plus 5 sevenths. That's how we got 26 sevenths. Okay, good. Number 32. In this case, 59 divided by 6. 59 sixths. So we would take 6, 59. But in this case, 6 goes into 59 9 times. That's 54. Subtract and we get a 5. And we stop at a remainder. R5, that's how we said it long ago. And it's now 5 out of 6 left over. So 9 and 5/6. Notice this is the same thing as saying, oh, 6 goes into 59 9 times, so that's 54 sixths, and there are 5/6 left over. So 54 sixths, that is the 9. Cool. All right, number 33. 8 ninths, we're going to have to write it out like this. 8 ninths divided by 5/18. And remember, division by fractions doesn't really happen. It's 8 ninths times 18 fifths. Now, this is going to be a big number, 8 times 18. So if there's a way to simplify ahead of time, we're going to be very interested in that. And we can see that you can take a 9 out of that and a 9 out of that, and it leaves a 2. So this is simplifying before multiplying. So we get 8 times 2 is 16. 1 times 5 is 5. So 16 fifths, which is also 5 goes into 16 3 times with 1 remainder. So 3 1/5 or 16 fifths could be how we write that. Good. Number 34. This is 8 ninths divided by, this is a mixed number. We're going to have to change this into an improper fraction so we can do the reciprocal. So this is 8 ninths. Let's use a different color on this guy right here. 8 ninths times, or divided by, 3 times 4 plus 2, 12, 14, 14 thirds. So that is 8 ninths times 3/14. See how that was so necessary to turn it into the improper fraction? And now, are there any simplifications we can do before we times? Well, 3 and 9, we can divide by 3 and get a 3, divide by 3 and get a 1. We can divide these guys by 2, and there we go. So we actually have 4 times 1 is 4, over 3 times 7 is 21. Good. Okay, number 35. This is division, so we're going to have to make improper fractions. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 3 is 31 fourths, times a negative 5 fourths. Okay. Ew. They don't cancel. Doggone it. So this is straight across. You get negative. Positive times a negative is a negative. Negative 155 sixteenths. Wow, that's not looking really, really nice, is it? Yeah. Well, we could turn this into, it's an improper fraction, so that's one way to leave the answer. Or 16 goes into that. Let's see if we can turn it into an improper fraction. 155 divided by 16. Well, it's not quite 160, so it doesn't go in 9 times. Probably I have 10 times. Probably goes 9 times. 9 times 6 is 54. 5. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 5 is 14. 144, and subtract, and we get 11. There's our remainder. So it's 9 and 11/16, and that is a negative number. So there's the improper fraction. There's the mixed number. Number 36. Now in this one, we're changing into a decimal. 5/12. So that is 5 divided by 12. 5 goes on the inside. And notice we put a few zeros out here. I'm not sure how many we'll need before we see the pattern, but 12 goes into 5. No, decimal goes right there. 12 goes into 50 4 times. 4 times 50 is 4 times 12 is 48. Subtract and we get a 2, 0. 12 goes into 20 once. That's 12, and we subtract and we get an 8. Pull that down, we get a 0. 12 goes into 80 6 times. 6 times 12 is 72. Subtract and we get 8. 0, we're going to repeat that over and over. So 416666. 0.416 repeater. There we go. Number 37 is 7. Let's get a little bit more room here. 7 divided by 9. Again, put the zeros there. 9 goes into 7. It does not. So we put a decimal. 9 goes into 70. 7 times 9 is 63. Subtract and we get a 7. Drop it down, we get a 0. 9 goes into 70. 7 times, it will repeat forever. 0.7 repeater. Good. And 2 sevenths. All right, let's, that's 2 divided by 7. Okay. 7 goes into 20. Oh, well, 7 goes into 2, it doesn't, so we move to the next one. 7 goes into 20 twice. 2 times 7 is 14. Subtract is a 6. Drop down the 0. 7 goes into 60. Let me see, 9 is 63. 8 times 7, there we go, 8. That's a 56. Subtract 4. Drop down the 0. 7 goes into 40. Oh, that one's 5 times. 5 times 7 is 35. And it gives us that remainder of 5 there. Drop down the 0. 7 goes into 50. 7 times. 7 times 7 is 49. This keeps going. Subtract and we get a 1. 0. We get a 1. That's 7. Subtract. We're going to come back up here with a 3. Drop down a 0. 7 goes into 30. 4 times. 4 times 7 is 28. Subtract, and we get a 2. Drop down the 0. 20. 20. That's where it we'll go through that whole cycle over and over again. So it's 0.285714. And then we'll start over 285714. So the line goes over the entire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digits. That's what 2 sevenths is. Excellent.